Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as we sow the seeds for wax begonias. So let's go. Wax begonias are also known as bedding or fibrous rooted begonias. They are different than tuberous begonias. In fact, I made a video recently showing you my process for sowing the seeds for tuberous begonias. I'll put a link to that video in the description in case you're interested. I live in New Hampshire, I garden in zone 5B, and my average last frost date is around May 15th. Today is February 13th, and if I count backwards from May 15th, I'm about 13 weeks away from my average last frost date. I like to use a spreadsheet and keep track of what seeds to start when. What I've found is if I start seeds too early, it's usually not good for the plants. They end up being too leggy, too unhealthy, so I like to start seeds at the right time based on my average last frost date. When it comes to wax begonia seeds, you want to start them about 12 weeks before your average last frost date. If you don't know what your average last frost date is, I'll put a link to a great website below. You can enter in your zip code and you can find out what your date is. Or you can even look at the map, which is a little more accurate on that website. So remember, even if you grow in a zone 5B, just like I do, we could have totally different average last frost dates, and it's very important to start your seeds based on that date. I've been growing wax begonias from seed for a number of years. If you do buy the seeds for wax begonias or any other plant, and they're pelleted, just make sure you use them within 1 to 2 years because pelleted seeds actually lose their viability pretty quickly. And that means you'll have a lower germination rate if you try to grow old pelleted seeds. I really enjoy collecting the seeds of wax begonias because it's a fun process and it's easy to do. The seeds are tiny actually. They're almost like dust. Just know that wax begonia seeds are very slow to germinate. It can take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, so be patient. But during that time, you want to make sure you're keeping the seeds moistened because you don't want them to dry out. I then start hardening off the plants slowly as my average last frost date approaches. During the last few years, I've grown a ton of different kinds of wax begonia. The wax begonias have definitely put on a great show in my gardens. I especially liked a patch that was up along the driveway on the right-hand side. I also had another great patch of them in my rose garden towards the center of the bed, where they really looked pretty with their white color. And I've even enjoyed planting my wax begonias in different kinds of containers as well as pots. They're definitely a versatile plant that grows in lots of different light conditions. One of the reasons why I have to start my wax begonia seeds so early is because their days to maturity is anywhere from 105 to 112 days. So with all that said, let's get going on sowing our wax begonia seeds for this year. So we'll be sowing these 3 wax begonia seeds that I collected. The first one is a shorter variety and it has pink flowers and the leaves on it are dark. The next one is a taller type of wax begonia and it has light pink flowers and it has leaves that are green. And then the third kind of begonia is a taller type of begonia. It has white flowers and it has green leaves. Here I have some seed starting mix. I like to make my own seed starting mix and I'll put a link to a video down in the description. It's basically 2 parts of peat moss, but you can use cocoa coir, to 1 part of very fine vermiculite. And then I add a small pinch of dolomite lime, which helps offset the pH of the peat moss. I also poured boiling hot water on my seed starting mix. You want to use pre-moistened seed starting mix, but also the boiling hot water helps kill any possible fungus gnat eggs that might be in here. When I squeeze my seed starting mix, notice there's no water dripping out. But when I let go, it's holding its form. And that's the right consistency that you want for your seed starting or potting mix. And the reason I like to use seed starting mix for begonias is because, as you saw, the seeds are super tiny. And I want them to be able to have the greatest success. So I would rather use seed starting mix for this very small seed over potting mix, which might have big chunks in it. I like to use restaurant takeout containers because honestly they're free to me and they make wonderful little greenhouses. In fact, this one has little vent holes in it, which is wonderful because in case it gets too hot in there. And I did make holes in the bottom of the container because you want to bottom water your seedlings. You don't ever want to water them from above because that can introduce all sorts of problems. So I'm going to go ahead and add my seed starting mix to my container. And now I'm going to press on the seed starting mix. I want to take out any air pockets that might be in there. I don't want to press too hard because I don't want to compact the seed starting mix too much. I like to use garden markers when I'm doing anything garden related because I find that the labels don't wear off as easily. So these are the 3 labels that will end up getting placed inside of our container. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place the labels first, just so I know where I'm going to be sowing the seeds. And I'm also going to put dividers here just to make it a little bit easier to distinguish between the different kinds of begonias that we're sowing. I'm okay with sowing different kinds of begonias in this container because the begonia seeds are pretty much all going to germinate and grow at the same time. Now, you wouldn't want to sow something like a begonia seed that grows very, very slow with something that grows very fast, like a zinnia seed. It's always good to put the same kind of plants in the container. So we'll start with these seeds first, and you'll notice that there is a date on there. They're a couple of years old, which is totally fine, and I've stored these in a cool, dark, dry location. You can see I collected a ton of seeds. We definitely won't be sowing all of these seeds. As I sow each of the seeds, I will be washing my hands in between because the seeds are like dust. Although if some of the seeds do get moved around, it's totally okay because as the plants get larger, I'll be able to tell what they are once they're blooming. But it's a good idea to wash your hands in between when you're using such tiny dust-like seeds. A lot of times when it comes to seeds, you can pour them in your hands. This is not one that I want to do because of how small it is. See, I wasn't lying. They really are like dust. I'm sure when I'm spreading these, it will not be even, and it never is. It's totally okay. I will be thinning them out as they start growing, spreading them out as much as I can. And it's hard to tell how many seeds I'm actually sowing here, but I can assure you it's going to be a ton. And even though you might not see the seeds on there, they're there. They're just super small. So I'll just wash my hands and then we'll move on to the next seed. And by the way, when I was sowing those seeds, right there I saw a whole bunch went in one area. Totally okay. It's not a problem. Next we're going to sow these seeds. And you can see I don't have as many as the other begonias, but there's still plenty in here. One thing I will share is after a few weeks, for whatever reason, if I didn't have great germination, then I will go ahead and I will start more of these seeds. Because they take so long to grow from seed, you don't want to waste time. You want to just keep on going. So if things don't go as planned, you still have time and you can go ahead and sow more seeds if you give yourself plenty of time. There's some seeds on my finger. And I'm just going to do the same thing with this variety or color of the begonias as well as the next ones. One of my big goals for this year is to scope out gardens, garden centers, and if I see a different kind of begonia that I don't have, and if it's going to seed, I do hope to collect some more seeds of different kinds of begonias this year. It's just a lot of fun. I'll show you what's next after I've sown these seeds as well as the seeds next door. I forgot to mention earlier that as I sowed each of the seeds, afterwards I pressed down because you want to make sure that the seeds are making good contact with the seed starting or potting mix. You don't want to press down too hard, just enough. And that also ensures that the seeds are getting the light that they need. You don't want to cover them up because they do need light to germinate. And I'm just going to use this small hand pump sprayer. I like to add a little additional water on top of the seeds just so that they really press into the seed starting mix and have a better chance of germination. I'm going to go ahead and just spray this very lightly. I'm just trying to mist it. Even though the seed starting mix has already been pre-moistened, it's still good to just spritz it a tiny bit. And then I'm going to add my cover, which acts as a humidity dome. This will allow light to come in. It'll also keep the moisture in there and hold the humidity. You don't have to use something like this. If you want to use a plastic wrap or anything similar, that's fine also. As I wait for seedlings to germinate, if I notice it's getting dry in there, I'll make sure that I keep spritzing this with water. It's okay to do that, but once the seedlings appear, then you want to start bottom watering. Now I'm placing the restaurant takeout container on a seedling heat mat which stays on 24 hours a day in order to get the 70 to 75 degree Fahrenheit range. And notice I have my grow lights here. These are turned on 16 hours a day from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Remember, be patient. It might take 2 to 3 weeks to see some sort of germination. Once I see good germination, I will remove this container off of the heat mat, but I'll make sure that they're still under the grow lights because they will need that nice strong light. Thinning out and potting up will be done as soon as I have my first set of true leaves. I'll be sure to bring you along when the seeds germinate and then what comes next when it comes to potting them up, fertilizing them, and eventually potting them out. I want to hear from you. Have you ever grown wax begonias from seed? And if so, which varieties did you grow? And if you grew the begonias from seeds that you collected, let me know about that too. And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.